أهلا بكم في كايرو دار. أعزائي طلبة الثانوية العامة، النهاردة هنبتدي مع بعضينا أول دروس الاستاتيك، والدرس الجديد بتاعنا النهاردة هيكون بيتكلم على الفريكشن. وزي ما احنا عارفين إن ده درس جديد نازل لأول مرة السنة دي على طلبة الثانوية العامة. الأول عايزين نعرف يعني إيه الفريكشن ويعني إيه إيكوليبريم. طبعا كلمة إيكوليبريم احنا خدناها قبل كده في سنة تانية لما خدنا لامي رولز والتريانجل رول، لكن احنا النهارده هنتكلم على الفريكشن وايكوليبريم اوف ا بودي. If we go to screen friction and equilibrium of a body، فين بقى؟ on horizontal، ايوه horizontal ايه؟ rough plane. horizontal rough plane. This is our title: friction and equilibrium of a body on horizontal rough plane. As we know that our lesson is separated into two parts. The first part is the equilibrium and friction on a horizontal rough plane, and the second part will be on inclined plane. What's the meaning of rough? Rough, as we know that we deal before with the smooth plane. Smooth plane, that this a plane is a smoothie, that means there is no there is any kind of force make resistant of the motion. That about the smooth plane. But according to the rough plane means that we will face some kind of force that will resist the motion. This kind of motion or this kind of resistance, we will call it together, yes, it's friction. It's friction force. So what is the friction force? The friction force is the resistance of force. This is the resistance force. طيب الفورس ده ليها magnitude وليها direction. الريزيستنس تبقى فين؟ in the opposite direction of motion. in the opposite direction of motion. بمعنى ان انا لو عندي كده body، ادي البادي بتاعنا اهو، وادي البلين بتاعنا، لو الموشن دايركشن بتاعها كده هيبقى عندي الريزيستنس كده. طيب ايه اللي بيعمل اكتنج على البادي ده؟ البادي ده اكتد على 4 حاجات. عندي حاجه تحت فيرتيكالي داونورد اللي هي الويت، وعندي فيرتيكالي ابورد اللي هي النورمال رياكشن. النورمال ايه؟ رياكشن. طيب انا عندي كده فورس like tension, like power of engine, like pushing, any kind of force. والناحية التانية عندي هنا بقى ايه؟ الفريكشن فورس. الفريكشن فورس. الفريكشن فورس دي ممكن نسميها B. ممكن نسميها ايه؟ B. What is B؟ يبقى أنا عندي حاجة الأول اسمها friction. What's the meaning of friction? Friction, it's a resistance force. طيب وبعد كده عندي حاجة مهمة جدا بقى اسمها limiting friction. limiting friction. What is the meaning of limiting friction? Together that we know it's the largest or greatest value of friction بتعمل ايه؟ الاكشن بتاعها at the limiting friction, what will happen؟ بنقول the body is about to move. So now we can get that the meaning of friction. Friction is the resistance force. مالها resistance force دي؟ acting on the body on the opposite direction of the action or motion. Okay. We have two kinds of friction force. Friction force, ordinary friction force اللي هي resistant force, but it keeps the body in equilibrium state, يعني البادي مش هيتحرك. طيب if we found that the body is about to move, then the resistance force now or friction force converting to be the limiting friction, the limiting friction. What's the meaning of limiting friction? It is the greatest value of friction. Greatest value of friction. طيب. Let's move to say something very important something. If we have rough inclined plane and this is a body rests on this plane, as we know and right before that we have this is the weight acting downward and this is the normal reaction upward, and we have now motion force F, and what about this? This is the reaction. We have something is called mu. Mu is coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction equals what? Equals mu equals, it is the ratio between P, which is the limiting friction, and R. R is the normal reaction. R is normal reaction. Normal means perpendicular reaction. Okay, so we can get now P, yes, P equals mu R. What's P? It's limiting friction. What's mu? It's coefficient of friction. What's R? Normal reaction. We have something like that. It's R dash. R dash, it's called or denoted by resultant reaction. And it's equal to R dash equals square root of P square plus R square. But we know that P square equals mu square R square plus R square. Then we can get the final rule, R dash equals R multiplied by 1 plus mu square. This is the resultant reaction. Now if we are moving to discuss about the angle of friction. the angle of friction. We will call it or denoted by lambda. Lambda. Where is lambda? We can say that tan lambda equals P over R equals P equals mu R over R cross multiply. It will be equals mu. Then we can say that mu equals tan lambda. Where is the position of lambda? Here is our body. Here we go with downward with W, upward with R. This is the force and this is the mu R and this is R dash. So where is lambda? Lambda here will be between the reaction and the reaction. What's the difference between them? This is, yes, this is normal reaction and this is resultant fraction. So that was the theoretical part or the introduction of the friction. Now we have to know how to use these rules to solve the problem. If we are going to solve the first problem, body of weight. body هنكتب given body of weight 2 kilograms weight. So firstly we have to write W equals 2. What happened? On horizontal rough plane. So let's complete. It's pulled by horizontal force parallel to the plane. Okay, of magnitude 15 kilogram weights. So we have now force 15. So what happened? Then the body, الكلمة the body is about to move or to begin the motion. Find coefficient of friction between the body and the plane. Okay, we are going now to find out what is the value of mu. Let's try to draw the problem. This is the body. Now we have to, this is the weight, which is equal 2, and this is normal reaction. This is R. This is 1.5 kilograms اللي هو الفورس horizontal to the plane. So the body is about to move. This is mu R. Now we have to solve two cases. Now R equals to the forces in direction of y axis, positive minus upward, positive, downward is negative. So we have to write it R equals W That means r equals 2. This is the value of r. So also we can find that mu r equals 1.5. So mu times 2 equals 1.5 divided by 2. So we will get that mu equals 3/4, and this is the answer. Now he asked me to find the coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction means we need to find mu. Now we get the value of mu, which is equals 3/4. Let's move to solve number 2. Without write it, we will read it together. A body of weight 27 kilogram. This is the body of weight 27 kilogram weight. This is 27, the weight of the body, is placed on horizontal rough plane, given that the coefficient of friction between the body and the plane is 1/3. So this is a given now. Mu equals 1/3. This is the coefficient of friction. Find the magnitude of the force parallel to the plane, which make the body about to begin. About to begin, that means we have now r, and this is F, that we don't know it, and about to move means we have mu r. Also, we will make some kind of equations. Don't forget to write mu equals 27. As we dealt before with the problem, r equals 27. This is firstly. Second, we have F equals mu r. Mu, as we know in the given, equals 1/3 times r, which is 27. So we will get the value of F will equals 9 kilograms weight, the same type of kilogram weight of the body. This is the second. That was the second problem. Let's move to the third one. A body of weight 16 kilograms. A body of weight 16 kilograms is placed on horizontal rough plane. دي كويسة جدا. The coefficient of friction between the body and the plane is 1/4. Fine. First, before we start to solve, we have to draw the problem. This is the plane and this is the body. Of weight 16, that means this is number 3. Weight equals 16 kilograms weight. Acting طبعا زي ما احنا متعودين downward. Okay. Place in horizontal rough plane. على طول يبقى انا عندي النورمال reaction. This is R. The coefficient that mu equals 1/4. أول حاجة طلبها مني the least magnitude of force acting on the body inclined to the horizontal. Force inclined to the horizontal. At an angle whose cosine is 3/5. تاني حاجة برضو دي هتعمل make the body about to move or to begin motion. طيب نبص على الرسم كده اهي. هو المفروض دلوقتي ان الاف هتبقى ادي الاف وادي الثيتا اللي هي الانجل اوف inclination between the force and the plane. And we have now mu r as we know because the body is about to move. طيب we have to deal firstly with f. We have to make the resolution with f. So it will be here f cosine theta, and here will be f sine theta, and we will neglect this force. Now the new figure will be like that. This is the body. Now we have 16 acting downward. Upward we have two forces. First is R, second is F sine theta. Here we get now F cosine theta, and now we have mu R. We have to prepare our solution. He said that cosine theta equals 3 over 5 by using the right angle triangle. This is theta and this is 3 over 5. This will be 4. Now we will get sine theta equals 4 over 5. Now we are going to start the solution. R plus F sine theta equals 16, and mu R equals F cosine theta. Okay, now this is R plus F sine theta is 4 over 5. F equals 16, and here we can write mu is quarter times R equals F cosine theta, that means F times 3 over 5. So from this equation we can get that R equals 12 over 5 F, and this will be equation number 1. equation number 2 هنقول كده from 2 in 1 what will happen? R will be 12 over 5 F plus 4 over 5 F equals 16. That means 16 over 5 F equals 16. Then we can get that F equals 5, and this is the value of the force. So what about R? That leads us to R equals, use this 12 over 5, it will be 12 kilogram weight. He asked me about the reactions, resultant reaction R dash, its magnitude and its direction. As we know that R dash equals square root of R1 plus mu square. Make a substitution. R dash equals R, which is 12 square root 1 plus 1 over 4 all of power of 2. It will be 3 root 17. So what about R dash? This is the magnitude. What about direction? Direction means lambda. Since we can say that tan lambda, without using the given or without calculate tan lambda, we know that tan lambda equals mu, and mu is already given equals quarter. So use your calculator. Lambda will be equals 14 degrees and 2 minutes, and this is the direction of the resultant reaction. طيب كده احنا بدأنا نفهم الفريكشن بيتكلم على ايه. What's the direction of the force? What does it mean that this force is parallel to the plane or inclined to the plane? The inclined forces must be have a resolution into perpendicular direction. One of them is parallel to the plane and the other will be in the same direction of r, which is the normal reaction. طيب again we have to solve together two problems. I think it will be very important problems. We will read it together. A body of a weight 40 Newton is placed on a horizontal rough plane. A force of magnitude 15 Newton make an angle whose tan theta is 3/4 with the plane upward acting on the body on stay in equilibrium. Okay, stay in equilibrium. Find the value of the force of friction. Then, if the force is increased to be 20 Newton in magnitude, then the body becomes about to begin motion. Find the coefficient of friction. طيب أنا عندي البادي أهو. Clear. What about its weight? Its weight is 40. تمام. And this is it's R. So we have a force of 15 newtons acting with angle theta. Again, this is 15 and this is theta. It will be 15 cosine theta and this is 15 sine theta, and this will be removed. Okay, this is friction. This is P, force of friction, not mu r. Okay, let's try to solve. Now we have B equals 15 cosine theta, and we know that cosine theta is tan 3/4, that cosine will be 4/5. So B equals 15 times 4/5, it will be 12 Newton. What about P? Force of friction. طيب هو قال دي limiting؟ لا مش limiting. ليه؟ لأن البادي مش not about to it's not about to move. If the force increased بقت 20، طيب هو حصل any change في الويت؟ لا، زي ما هو it's 40 and this is R, this is 20. طيب ودي theta as it is, but here it's not P, it's mu R. It's mu A R لأن هو هتبقى limiting. So we have 20 cosine theta and 20 sine theta. So now we have to solve the equations. Mu R equals 20 cosine theta and R plus 20 sine theta equals 40. These are the two equations. So mu R, we don't know R, equals 20 times 4 over 5. So mu R equals, yes, mu R equals 16. طيب, let's try to solve the other side. R equals R plus 20 sine theta. Sine theta equals 3 over 5. كل ده equals 40. So R plus 12 equals 40. From this equation we can find that R equals 28 newtons. By substitute instead of R in the first equation, Y mu times 28 equals 16. Now we can get mu equals, yes, 4 over 7. So the question was, find the coefficient of fraction. This is the coefficient of fraction. By the way, this is also equal tan lambda. This is if the question changing to be find the angle or the direction of the resultant reaction, it will be find the value of lambda. Okay, now we have another problem. This is very important problem. A body of weight 5 gram weight. A body of weight 5 gram weight. This is body of weight 5 gram weight. Of course downward. And this is the normal reaction first of all. Okay. Is placed on horizontal rough plane. 10 and F are the magnitude of two horizontal forces with an angle of measure 150. Take care, the angle of measure 150, that means the angle between the two forces اللي هم مين؟ تمام. ادي البادي، الويت بتاعه acting downward and the normal reaction. البادي بقى مش الافكت اللي عليه not coming from one force. No, two forces, horizontal forces, 10 and F. And the angle between them, this is, as we know before, is the secondary, it's alpha. It's alpha. Is that mean that we are going to find the resultant of two forces? Yes, exactly. We have to find the resultant of two forces. Okay, how to draw it in the graph? We have like that. This is force, and this is force. This is 10, and this is F, and this is the angle between them, which is 150. Okay, before we complete the problem, let's make, and this is also a mu r as we know, but we have to change the graph to be much clear. This is 5, this is a weight, and this is r, and this is, make it k, and mu r. So what about k? K is resultant of 10 and F. Okay. Now, by solving the equation obtaining from the figure, now we have to write that R equals 5, and this is the first part, and K equals mu R. K equals what? We have to complete reading. 10 and F are the magnitude of two horizontal forces خلاص with the angle of measure 150 between them. Act on the body. Find the minimum value of the force F to make the body about to begin. About to begin عشان كده احنا حاطين هنا mu R. And determine the direction of motion. If the measure of the angle of friction between the body and the plane 45. يعني هو مدينا كده اللامدا equals 45. طيب معنى كده ان انا اقدر استفيد بان since ان اللامدا equals 45, that means ان tan lambda equals 1 which is mu. يبقى الميو دلوقتي عندي بكام؟ 1. اقدر اعمل هنا substitution هتبقى 1 times 5. Then we get k equals 5. What about k? k is the resultant between the two forces 10 and f. طيب يعني انت تقصد يا مستر ان k square equals 10 square plus f square plus 2 times 10 times f cosine 150. So 25 equals 100 plus f square plus negative 10 root 3 f. We have to write it as a zero equation. F square minus 10 root 3 f plus 75 equals 0. That means by factorization طبعا f 5 root 3 و f 5 root 3 it's perfect square, so that f will be 5 root 3 gram weight. This is the answer of the problem. Okay, let's read the last question about this lesson. A body of a mass 2 meter mass 2 kilograms, or without using units 2m, is placed on a horizontal rough table. It connected by the end of the light string passing over a smooth poly P fixed at the edge of the table. نرسمها. ادي التيبل بتاعتنا وادي البادي وادي الويت بتاعه اللي هو مسميه 2m and this is the reaction. في عندي هنا كده smooth poly connected كده بسترينج. السترينج طبعا لافف ونازل تمام. وبعدين at the other end of the string of a mass m is hanged. حط هنا كده mass m طبعا لتحت. طبعا انا عندي هنا كده نخلي بالنا ان في تنشن، وعشان دي سموث بولي والحبل ما اتقطعش يبقى التنشن هنا ايكوال التنشن هنا تمام. وبعدين find the coefficient of friction between a body A and the table. عايزين فريكشن قد ايه؟ تمام. نحل الايكويشنز. طبعا انا عندي هنا ميو ار. first R equals 2m will T equals m. So mu R equals T. Mu R is equal to m, will T will be m. By crossing m, so 2 mu equals 1, then we get mu equals half. So half now is the coefficient of friction. طيب السؤال كان بيقول find the coefficient of friction between the body and the table. If the body A is connected at the other side by the end of another string which passes over a smooth poly C fixed at the opposite edge of the table. Find the weight which should be hanged at the other end of the string such that the body A will be about to begin motion without, دي مهمة جدا, without removing the other hanged body, given that the body A and the two polys B and C are collinear. احنا بس هي المشكلة او الفكرة ان احنا هنغير الرسم. دلوقتي ادي الرسمه الاولانيه بتاعتنا، كان عندنا البادي ادي الويب بتاعه كان 2m والرياكشن بتاعنا كان r وادي السموث بولي الاولانيه لفينا كده عليها، وكان عندنا هنا كده الام، وكان في التي and this is تي. والناحيه الثانيه هنعمل برضو سموث بولي ثانيه وهنعلق فيها ويت هنا ما نعرفوش unknown. This is the second tension T2. we have ال T2 هنا برضو. by the way ال T2 equals ال W. طيب يا مستر احنا ما حطيناش الميو ار. هو البادي هنا في المسألة اللي فاتت كان about to move عشان الويت محطوط الناحية دي، فكانت الميو ار الدايركشن بتاعها to the left. انما هنا انا عندي about to move بعد ما علقنا الويت الناحيه الثانيه in the other side of the smooth poly of the table. معنى كده ان الحركه هتبقى كده، فهغير الميو ار الدايركشن بتاعها، هغير الدايركشن بتاعت الميو ار. Let's start to read and solve the problem. R equals 2m. وبعدين عندي ال T2 دلوقتي احنا قلنا ان هي equals weight, so the new weight equals mu R plus نخلي دي T1 اللي هو التنشن الاولاني الفيرست تنشن. This is T1. By substitution omega or W equals mu R. Mu is, as we know, half. R is 2m plus T1 which is m. So W will be m plus m. So the new weight must be equals to m. Then from this problem that we know that we have to hang in the other side of the string about smooth poly another weight or new weight of weight 2m to make the body is about to move. Then the conclusion of this lesson. What is the friction? The friction is some kind of force, resistant force, and it will be in the opposite direction of the action. We have something called limiting friction. This is the greatest value of friction which makes the body is about to move. We have R which is normal reaction. What's the meaning of normal reaction? Normal reaction means perpendicular to the rough plane. And we have R dash. R dash is the resultant reaction and equals R multiply square root of 1 plus mu square. So what about the mu? Mu is the coefficient of friction between any body and the plane or the rough plane. It equals to tan lambda. Lambda is the angle of friction and included angle between R and R dash. بكده اتمنى نكون ان احنا عملنا تغطيه كويسه لدرس الفريكشن. This is the first part of the friction, first chapter of static. نترككم في رعايه الله والسلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.